First stop after lunch, and this is Pushkin Park, where I'm pleased to report that old traditions are very much alive and kicking. Not only have the older generation come to play chess, but the younger generation are here as well, which is excellent to see. I was looking for a memorial to Pushkin. It took me quite a while to find this because it's not what I was looking for. Not a statue, not a bust, but actually a living, breathing portrait of Pushkin. The park is full of statues. There's this old lady who might be... No, it doesn't look like Miss Marple. Just behind her is a bust of Pushkin. There's also this fairy tale about the golden fish. Plus at the other end of the alley there's the Professor Cat. Plus we have this statue to Vysotsky, not quite sure what his connection with Saransk is. And in addition to those characters from fiction and fairy tales, we've also got Mendeleev, Glinka, Griboyedov and Zhukovsky. And a whole lot of birdsong in the background. Everyone's come out for a walk today, it's lovely. And rounding off my collection of statues, the most important one, Vladimir Ilyich Lenin. In a rather strange place. Never seen him just standing in the middle of a park before. Saransk, you've managed to find something unique. This is the furthest point on the walking tour, and it's what Saransk would have looked like in the 17th century. So there's that house there, and the second oldest church after the John the Baptist one, which we've already been to. So now I can turn around and start walking back towards the main square, and that means back towards the railway station. Had to happen at some point. Hang on, you look very familiar. I've seen that face somewhere before. At least twice, in fact. There's no missing Pushkin in this town, that's for certain. This town is just statue crazy. Here's the poet Polizhaev. And this is Agaryov. And that's not the end of it either. Here's another one. And the statues just keep on coming. Here's another one. To the dvornik, the sweeper, the cleaner, the person who cleans the dvor, the courtyard. This is Sovietskaya Ploshchad, Soviet Square. And over there, in the distance, is the man we've come to see. So let's go and see him. In the background, yeah, you've got the Dom Sovietov. Just got this view with two sets of flagpoles, the Russian flag and the flag of Mordovia flying there. The Mordovia National Theatre. That's obviously a new building. There are some statues outside it, as you would guess. This is Saransk, after all, the city of statues. And as we swing round, these are all the new buildings, but here, this lovely pink building, which is now the Mordovia National Museum, used to belong to one of the traders. And that is a lovely building. After all the history, we come to this, a bridge which is famous for being, I'm not quite sure what it's famous for being, but anyway, it's now a footbridge which goes across to this, a football stadium, which is called the Mordovia Arena, for fairly obvious reasons, and was one of the football stadiums which was used for the FIFA World Cup. And there's apparently an interesting little factoid about Cristiano Ronaldo missing a penalty against Iran here, but really that's about as exciting as it gets. It's ironic how your attention can be drawn to something you might not otherwise have paid attention to. I looked at this with my eyes because of the way it's built, sort of suggests some sort of Soviet-style construction. And I decided to find out what it was. And it turns out that this is the Moldovan Republic Special Library for the Blind, with braille notices on the door. This is the Church of the Trinity. The original church dates back to 1690, but that was wooden. It was then replaced by this brick one. And in Soviet times, it was used as a prosthetics factory, of all things. Whoa, look where I found to eat some supper. The Big Pig Veranda. And you know what that means. If there's one big pig, it's time for Kabanchik Timofei to go the whole hog. Yes! So Kabanchik, what are you going to have? Ribs, steak, bruschetta, anything you like. It's all on me. We're going to go big pig, big time. Okay, 2 bruschetta. One for you, one for me. Oink oink, let's go. Kabanchik Timofei didn't manage to eat it all. In fact, it was so much that he's having to have a little rest and a lie down before we head off for the train. The town has turned out to be a very pleasant surprise. I knew absolutely nothing about it. I just came here on a whim. And when I stepped out of the train, I asked some locals which way to go, and they kindly pointed me in the right direction. After that, I hooked up with an audio guide and the same sort of line system that's in Yekaterinburg, in Irkutsk, but without the line painted on the pavement. You just download an audio guide and follow it around. Very instructive, very helpful, and a great way to see the town. It's not particularly spectacular, but it is lovely. Everything is very wide. There are no tall buildings. There's a lot of open space. People are friendly. Prices are low. And there's a lot to recommend it. How amusing. This is almost exactly where I got out when I arrived this morning. But now there are 3 carriages behind us. And so I won't be looking out the window. Time to go and find my space, set up the bed, and then head off to the restaurant car, because we're leaving at 8:40 and there's a lot of time before we go to bed. Time to reflect on what has been an excellent day. Thank you, Saransk.